Hey guys, Rage here, and I'm just bringing in a quick video showing you what kind of sensitivities and settings I have for controller. So, this is where you want to be. So a couple of things changed. You're going to want to go into gameplay, go to reduce, hold to interact, and turn that on. What that's going to do is make it to where, you know when you're patching, and you have to hold the button to keep applying that plank. Now all you gotta do is press it. When you're picking up a chest, instead of having to press and hold the button, you just press it. I don't have this one on, reduce hold to use item. This one would make it to where you could do things like tap the button and it'll keep playing your instrument, but the trade-off is you ADS and it's gonna hold that until you tap it again, and I don't like that. So that's what that one does, if you end up wanting to turn that on. I turn this off because I want to be able to, lay in my bed, sit on the sides, but in combat and during gameplay when you're trying to use the harpoon, you can end up sitting on the edge of your boat, so you could turn this off. Same with my trinkets, I turn off all of that, so it doesn't make it to where when I'm trying to do things like grab the ladder from the inside, it's not going to open up the trinkets, or, just all of the other random spots that they have trinkets. You're going into a barrel, you might accidentally look at the corner of your stove and try and place the trinket and whatever. So that's how you turn that off. Another big thing is going into your graphics setting and making sure that you max out your field of view, because the default of 70 you see basically nothing. Disabling blur is also great because that treasure, unless you like it, and for a while I thought I liked it, but once I turned it off I was like, wow, this is just simply better. Disabling screen shake will be awesome for using your cannons. You're not going to have to, deal with that, I call it eye clutter. High contrast X marks the spot. Some people like it on. It'll make it a white X instead of a red X. They have a better time seeing the treasure spots because of the red ferns sometimes. I don't have that problem finding treasure, but I also don't really do those kinds of quests very often. So if you do, this is how you can help. Now let's get into the big one. Scrolling down to my sensitivities, we have my base controller sensitivities is at an 8. Your controller sensitivity is essentially what your cutlass sensitivity is going to be. The dead zone, that one is how I don't have to pull my thumbstick as much. So if I barely tap my thumbstick, it's going to register that I barely tap my thumbstick. With this one, when I am barely tapping my thumbstick, it's going to keep the same base speed, so I don't have to worry about that. It's like molasses feeling. And then we have the gun sensitivities. The blunderbuss I find using close range a lot, and I find it harder to hit shots if I'm slightly faster. I feel like I overcorrect, so I turn this one notch down from everything else. Your controller sensitivity is essentially what your cutlass sensitivity is going to be. So I like to be able to turn around and, sword fight quickly. Whereas my aim, I like to be able to dial in a little bit better, especially with a blunderbuss, because it just has such an inconsistent hit range. So the Eye of Reach and the Flintlock, since it is basically, it's one bullet, they do set damage, I'm not too worried, but it does not matter. Blunderbuss is 10 damage per pellet, so I need it a little slower. And then the Trident, kind of same thing. Yeah, I can aim general area pretty well. It's just that fine tuning, I need it a little slower. I hope you enjoyed. If you found this helpful, make sure you drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you. Have a good one. Peace out.
Here we go. Let's make a few more unlocking now. Let's go.
Please, no one stop playing.
I was about to stop playing until that door. I might walk in there and pick my shit up playing.
Yeah, right.